work Zoom, because apparently it's a lot more complicated than I thought. But you guys are all here, so that's good. Let's see here.
Sorry.
All right, so most of you have got your cameras turned off. That's cool. Most of you, some of you are muted, some of you are here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to mute you guys so that we don't get a lot of background noise, and I'm going to run through everything that I wanted to, and then if you guys have any questions, you can ask toward the end. Does that sound okay?
Sounds good.
That's not what I want to do. All right. Cool. All right, so AP came out Friday, with some new stuff, because they decided that there are a lot of schools out there that are not allowing teachers to teach new stuff, which I think is a little silly, but that's just me. So in other words, you guys are getting instruction, and a lot of kids out there are not. And so what we got to do is they've decided to change everything. So here's the update. So if you listened to the video that I made on Friday, then you probably know this. If not, then these are the high points. And you can go back and watch that other one on YouTube. Let's see. So first of all, the test. They're going to cut off Unit 8 and 9. So that's everything from World War I to the modern day. So what we're going to spend like the next month working on, they've decided is out. Let's see. So basically, they said anybody who was up to where you should have been in March, that's where we're going to be. And so they're only going to test that. So we're going to stop learning new stuff, even though the new stuff is incredibly interesting. We can talk about that here in just a second. Secondly, there's no paper test anymore. You're not going to be able to take the test on paper. They're not even going to make it available. No group testing because of coronavirus. It'll get you. And so instead, they're going to test you from home. I don't exactly know what that's going to look like right now, but they say they got this thing in the bag, so I'm kind of going with what they say first. The test is only going to be 45 minutes long, so no more of the 55 multiple choice in 55 minutes. No more 3 SAQs in 40 minutes. No more DBQ. No more LEQ. Well, maybe. So all the 3-hour test is gone. Instead, they're going to have one 45-minute test with no multiple choice. They have said repeatedly, no multiple choice is going to be on this exam. And so a lot of the multiple choice practice that we've been doing is still useful because it helps to check what we know. It helps to check our ability to analyze documents. It helps in a lot of different ways. But there's not going to be any multiple choice on the test. Now, because it's only going to be 45 minutes long, a lot of other Euro people that I've talked to think that it's just going to be short answer questions. They think this because we know no multiple choice. We know that 45 minutes is not long enough for a DBQ. We know that 45 minutes is long enough for an LEQ, but it seems really unfair to just base your entire score on one LEQ question. And so most of us think that it's going to be SAQs. We don't know how many. 3 seems about right, or you get 4 and you pick 3. But so we're going to do a lot of SAQ practice in the next few days. They're also going to have 2 exam dates. We don't know when those are. There's going to be an early one and a late one, and we'll find out when those are in 2 weeks, on April 3rd. My guess. So this is the calendar. This is us here today talking. This is our. This is when we'll find out when the exam is supposed to be, and then that allows 1, 2, 3, 4.5 weeks before when our exam was supposed to be. So my guess is that they'll probably keep this exam where it is, but I think that will probably be the late date. I think that the exam could be as early as the week after the 3rd. But if I was to put money on it, it would probably be somewhere around April 15th. They'll start doing exams that week. That gives people about a week to study for the early exam, and then gives people who want to take the later exam a few more weeks to study. Now, we can talk about when you want to take the exam on the 3rd when they announce the dates, but my plan now is to start reviewing and to make sure that if you want to take the early exam, you'll be ready for the early exam. Personally, if it was up to me, I think I would probably take the early exam if I felt ready, especially since we've learned everything at least once that we're supposed to learn, and we're going to spend the next 2 weeks reviewing. So we got 5 days this week, 5 days next week, and then we've got spring break. Now that's going to be, we're going to have to cross that bridge when we get to it, because I know some of you might not have plans at this point because, well, nobody has plans anymore, right? Anyway, so as far as the review goes, this is what I've got in mind. We've got multiple choice diagnostic test. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use a bunch of multiple choice questions to target different periods, all 7 of the periods, and get you guys to just take the diagnostic to see where you are. Now I'll be able to see where you are because I'll put it on a Google form. And Google Forms, I'm going to switch things to, let's see, yeah, this one. So Google Forms allows me to, write out questions, put them in a form, and then on the back end it shows me the overall score. It shows me individual scores. It shows me what questions people are doing, how they're doing on, what are the missteps, things like that. And so what I'll do is I'll make a diagnostic test and I'll put it into Google Forms, get you guys to take it, and then what I'm going to have you do is pick units to focus on. And so you're going to pick a unit focus that you'll be spending a good chunk of your time on. You'll probably pick 3 to 4 different areas to focus on. And so you'll be doing that mostly on your own. Every day I'll have a different short answer question for you for a bell ringer. So we'll be doing a lot more short answer questions, considering that's where I think the test is going. And even if it ends up being just one giant LEQ question that they base your entire score on, which doesn't seem reasonable to me, then you'll at least be practicing writing as we go. They say you can take this test on your phone. So if you have issues with like connectivity for the test, then please let me know, and we'll make sure that you have access. And then we've got document analysis. I wanted to practice Zoom because I wanted to practice doing that document analysis. I've set up my own personal document camera here in the house, which consists of a tripod and my iPhone. So I wanted to see if this would actually work. So new share. Whoop. Okay. Okay, it's not working this time. Totally worked before. Anyway, let me try one more time. I know this is great TV, right? This is so much better than all those Netflix shows that are streaming. One more time. Nope. All right. Enough of that. We'll try it again later. I should watch Hunters on Amazon. Thanks, Josiah. All right, so we'll go back to the screen share that we were doing before. Okay, let's see here. So on your own, I've got the usual stuff for you. We've got all the stuff that's on Classroom, so I'm going to go to first period and use that one. We've got Quizlet. I'll have links. Let me see. Let me go to. So I'll have links to Quizlet. I'll have links to your review quizzes online. We'll have all the usual videos. I'm going to compile those this afternoon. This class that we're looking at is actually from last year. And let's see, we'll have access obviously to Quizlet. So Quizlet, you've got all the units set up here in front of you. And so you'll be able to go back and I'll compile them into an all you wrote term just for this year, for just units 1 through 7. Let's see, am I missing anything? Am I forgetting anything? I'm going to try to do timelines. Some people on their reflection last week mentioned they wanted to do timelines. I don't know what that's going to look like, but we'll try it. And my college, my AP College Board, .collegeboard.org. So that is the address that College Board sent us at the beginning of the year. This one. So if you haven't gotten on this one, I think you had to because that's how you sign up for the AP exam. There are learning checks that I'll go ahead and unlock for you guys for later this week or maybe next week. And so we'll start working on those as well. And they've got multiple choice questions. They've also got FRQs and short answers. Let's see, I think that's it. So as far, we got to talk about grading. So these are NTI days, and so I do have to like make sure that you're doing stuff and put grades in the grade book. And I'll post this on Classroom as soon as I get a chance. But this is my plan. So this is today. Discuss plans going forward and test Zoom. Check. We'll do the multiple choice diagnostic hopefully tomorrow. And then we'll start your individualized review. You guys can analyze your practice test data and declare your, so it's going to be four focused units and start your individualized review. And then what I'll do is I'll make sure that you have quizzes due about every other day, just to make sure that you are keeping up with stuff. And these quizzes are going to be just like the other quizzes that we did. These quizzes are going to be the kind that you can retake. So I'll set them up to where you can retake them as many times as you want. You should take them until they're perfect, just like the quiz we took last week. And that'll be a good way for you to review for the exam. So last thing I would say is please be patient with me. I am trying like crazy to get as much stuff back to you as I possibly can, as quickly as I possibly can. But I'm working from home. My wife is working from home, and my 2 kids are here too. And so I'm able to work for a good amount of the day, about half the day. But I've also still got to take care of my kids. So if you text me on the phone, then that will I will do my best to get back to you as soon as I can. But you got to understand that I am still trying to do that too. So let's see here. Anybody have any questions? You can unmute yourself. Or you can chat. That's a valid way to do it too. Let's see. It's okay, Roman. It's okay. I don't think the meeting's going to last too much longer. Anybody else have any questions? Will we get our LEQs and stuff back from iPhone? My iPhone is talking to me. Well, iPhone, do you mean your SAQs or your LEQs? Both. Anything that you type, anything that you answer over the next week, I will get back to you. My goal is to get it back to you like the next day, so that you can see how you're doing. My goal is my idea is also to have some of these videos where I look over the SAQ and let you see how I'm doing it. Some of them, so I want to make sure that we know how to do the SAQ, because there are a couple of different types of SAQ. And so, but I'll put that in a video, probably not today, but probably tomorrow, and let you guys see that. And then during this review period, my idea is to grade it and get it back to you as soon as I can, because I'm no longer reading the textbook and giving you reading questions. And so my primary focus right now is to read your stuff and get it back to you so that you can make sure that you're learning, and ask me questions if you need to. Does that answer your question? Do we need to do the readings and questions you've posted? I've already taken those down for first period, but after today, the answer is no. So do the Soviet Union. Make sure you've done that one. That's going to be our last bit of homework, and we should be done after that. So we can choose which test day we want to take the test. I think so, McKenna. I'm not entirely sure, but that's what they tell me. That's what they've said. We can choose what day we take the test, either the late day or the early day. Is it possible that we have just one barbecue? Misspellings are fantastic. Let's see, is it possible that we just have one DBQ? I don't know, Roman, is the question. Roman asked, is it possible that we'll have just one barbecue, one DBQ, or is it going to be 3 SAQs? I don't know for sure. We won't find out until the 3rd, when they tell us when the test dates are and tell us what kind of questions are on the test. If they tell me before, then I will let you know, and I will let you know as soon as I can. But my guess is that it's going to be SAQs, mostly because it doesn't quite seem fair to do a DBQ or an LEQ and base your entire score and your entire college credit on just one question. Will you still be doing review after the early test date? Yeah, I will, Katie. I will do that. Thank you, Kira. I really appreciate that. Let's see. So if you choose to do the late test date, then I will definitely keep teaching. And then based on when the late test date is, like I said, we still got NTI days. And our year goes through the end of May, or the middle of May so far. And so what I'll do is we'll probably just do a bunch of videos on the 20th century, because as I said in the video on Friday, it hurts my heart that you don't get to learn about the 20th century, because, I mean, we just left the 20th century. It's probably the most important, in my opinion. It's one of the most important units to talk about, because it helps us to understand who we are today. So we'll probably just do a bunch of movies on that, and some questions, and it'll be pretty chill. but we'll do something. But I'll keep doing the review too. Let's see here. How will quizzes work? Sammy asks. Like the one last week, they'll be on forums. They'll be on Google, and you'll be able to retake them as many times as you want. The quizzes are, so I'll put them in the grade book because I want to encourage you to do this, but largely they're just there for you to help you review, and so you'll be able to take them and retake them. If we come back to school, will we still go over Unit 8 and 9 stuff? Yes, after the test. So Ethan asked, if we come back to school, will we still go over Unit 8 and 9 stuff? Yes, after the test. Again, it'll be mostly videos, but we can still chat about it if we go back to school. I think that's a huge if at this point, but that's just my opinion. There's nothing official by any means. So please don't go telling everybody that Mr. Nichols says we're never going back to school. Since these are still going to be NTI days, how will grading work? Says Jacob. Jacob, I will grade your quizzes and I will grade your SAQs. But since you can retake your quizzes as many times as possible, I will put your highest quiz grade in for your grade, and then for your SAQs, I haven't decided yet how exactly I'm going to do that. I'd like to do it how we've been doing the SAQs, where I grade it and then get it back to you, and then you can redo it if you need to. That way we get better, because feedback always makes us better. Goodbye, Roman. Let's see here. If I'm not answering your question, by the way, then please either text me another one or jump in here on the microphone and ask me. Will you be posting grades as we go, or all at once at the end? As we go. As you might imagine, I was a little busy last week because I had planned a bunch of things and had spent a bunch of time getting all of your stuff together for last week to be in person, and then everything switched and had to be over the internet. And it wasn't just for your class, it was for my world history classes as well. And so that's why there haven't been any grades posted yet. But I'm gonna get on that hopefully today and get a bunch of stuff, get a bunch of grades in there for you, and hopefully your quiz grades back to you as well, or your SAQs back to you. Any other questions? How's my day been so far? Mason, it's been pretty good. I spent the morning playing with my sons because my wife was working, and since their daycare is closed, I got to spend my morning playing Legos, and then we went for a bike ride. Alone, very much alone. Can you drag our faces around the screen? Nobody has any faces up that I can see. Let's see, are you still going to be doing reflections after quizzes the same or at all? Sammy, I'd like to. I think that they're very beneficial. I want to make sure that you guys keep learning because I have a feeling that we're going to be learning like this for a while. And so I want to make sure that it is as beneficial to you as possible. And so that's what the reflections tell me. That's what I'm most interested in the reflections. Any other questions? How are the little ones doing today? They're hanging in there. Thanks, Kira. Thanks for asking. They are wonderfully oblivious to what is happening. They just think it's another Saturday. Can we do, okay. Can we do sprite charts for the past units? Yes, I think that's a great idea. But I would like it very much if we did that collectively. So that might be something that we could do in another Zoom meeting, because I think it's best if we work together on those. And that was part of the review plan. Thanks for reminding me. I have to write that down immediately. Yeah, sprite charts. Let's see, sprite charts for unit 1 through, we did unit 7, didn't we? We did. So unit 1 through 6. Yeah, I think that would really help. And then we could post it and everybody could look at it. Let's see. Sammy asks, could you do a Quizlet for all the units together? Yes, I will do that. I will put them all together for you. Can we do more? Hang on. Summer asks, can we still retake previous tests and quizzes? Yes. I haven't figured out how yet, Summer. Let me get back to you. Yes, I want to make sure that you can. But I want to make sure that it's fair for everybody. And I want to make sure that it's a viable test. Does that make sense? I hope. And if I have to put it on Google Forms for the quizzes, I might have to do that. I'll figure it out. Can we do more combined stuff? Do you mean like this, Tracy? Oh, with all the units. So like, you mean like a combined Quizlet, stuff like that? Okay. So I'm going to put all the Quizlets together. Let's see, we're going to do sprite charts for each unit individually, but we could probably do it for, like, make a giant sprite chart. My idea, you know, back when I could actually see you all, and you could actually talk to me face to face, was to build a giant sprite chart, you know, on big paper and put it on the wall, because that's what I do, right? But it just didn't seem like it would be as beneficial to put it on the wall anymore. I guess I could put it on the wall back there. Yeah, I'd like to. Do you have other ideas, Tracy, for things that we could do? Like combined things? Timelines, combined timelines. Combined stuff. No more stations, right? I'm really glad we're doing this. You guys are funny. Oh, great. First coronavirus death of Lexington. Awesome. All right. Die stations, die. You guys are funny. Let's see. Are we going to have more Zoom calls? I would like to. Is that something that you guys would be? Fire emojis. Is that something that you guys would like to do? More Zoom calls? Yes, yes, yes. Okay. Then yeah, I think that would be. I mean, yeah, I would like to do that. I'd like to do like the sprite chart, like combined stuff. I think is helpful, and I think that we work good. We work better together. Let's see here. Will there be any more actual tests or just quizzes for previous units? No more actual tests, Katie. Just quizzes for previous units. Usually I treat the review section of the course as an opportunity for people to study up on previous units and to retake tests. So no more tests. Yeah, no more new tests. No die stations, die. More Zoom. Zoom. Yes, human interaction. Haley, we can't have human interaction. We'll pass the we'll pass the virus around, and then it'll just be mass chaos. Let's see here. This counts kind of. Okay. I see that. I'm just gonna go to. Oh well. All right. This counts kind of. So I'm guessing we can't retake tests now. So Bella, just like I said to Summer, I don't know what that will look like, but it's something that I promised you since the beginning of the year, and it's something that I'd like to follow through on if it's at all possible. If it's not possible, well, I will let you know and we'll figure something out, but I'm hoping that it's possible to still do. Let's see here. Would we be able to do a group project over Google Classroom, like a group sprite chart of some, or sprite chart or timeline? Asks Sammy. You're welcome. Let's see. I don't know. Yes. It's hard to see who else. Let me get back to you. Yes, I would like to do that. But oh, the Olympics are going to get postponed. Gosh, I hate the afternoon news updates. Let me get back to you on group projects. I think that would be really helpful, but I don't know what is the answer. All right. Any other questions? I wish Drayton and Hannah were in here to fight. I don't know what to say to that, Josiah. I don't know what a digital fight would look like. A Zoom fight. That's something that needs to happen soon. All right. Cool. I think I'm going to shut it down if that works for you. But it looks like at least you guys would like to do this again, and I think that would be helpful. It's good to at least read you guys, even if I can't see you. And I think that we would benefit from this, doing it again. Also, you know, if you are on text or FaceTime with other friends who are in Euro who would like to join, that would be great. I'd love to see more people in here. In the meantime, please make sure you get tonight's homework done. I'm going to work like crazy to get some review stuff up for you. Hopefully I'll get the new diagnostic up for you today and post that for you to do tomorrow. And that's all I can think of. All right. Like I said, it's good to see you guys, and we'll chat again soon, okay? Hopefully later this week. If not later this week, then definitely next week. All right? All right. See you all.